Yo, hey guys, SmallmouthCrush. Today's video, we're just out messing around. We're gonna throw a bunch of different techniques, and I'm gonna try to explain exactly why I'm throwing the baits I'm using, the rods, everything, my whole setup here when I come across certain areas. We're gonna experience a wide range of different conditions today, or at least different types of structure and ways to fish for smallmouth, and we're gonna go over all of that. It's all coming up. Okay, a very effective way to cover water and find where the active fish are for me is a technique called dragging. And this really works well when you have some type of current, whether it be wind current or actual current. Here today we have some current, and I'm actually going to be dragging a Ned, a little Ned, which is a very deadly way to catch fish. I'm going to walk you through the whole setup. Basically, we're in 30 to 40 feet of water here. It might get a little shallower, but I'm going to make a really long cast, and I'll show you how I do that. So I set up on what I want to drift over, make a long cast, and then I just keep that bail open. Oftentimes, it'll be open for a good 20 to 30 seconds. Now who's texting me? I'm trying to film here, bud. And the lucky winner is okay, so we're just gonna let a bunch of line out, and then I'm gonna make a drift through here. Okay, so I just keep that bail open and I let that line go out. This is 5-pound Cortland Master Braid in high vis yellow. I have an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. And you can see here with my electronics, I have my 360. I have one of these on the pole, which is the right screen, and then this live scope is on the trolling motor. Whenever I'm drifting, I'm going backwards. So you can see I have this Foresight pole mount, and that's always looking back behind me. You can see I have two different palettes only because I'm experimenting. This is crawfish orange to the right, and this is my go-to right now is the yellow, which I really like just because I'm so used to it. And we're just gonna make some drifts and see if we can pick up a few fish. But I do like the fact that I can see what's coming behind me. I got these at 100 feet, you know, whatever direction the turret is pointing and whatever direction this trolling motor is pointing, I can see what's out there. My 360 is set at 110 feet, and it's generally a smooth bottom. There's a little bit of rough spots down there, but there isn't a whole lot. But I did mark a few fish when I idled through here on my 2D, and so we're going to see if anybody's interested in eating this Ned today. You can see there's a fish right there on the bottom, and if there's a couple fish there, it's a good sign. We got some fish coming up here behind us, so let's find out. All right, a couple things here when you're drifting that's really important. I like to keep my rod at about 10:30 to 11:30 position, perfectly still. I'm not going to move it, and your bite is just going to be, it's just going to feel a little different. It's going to be a slight lift. And when I set the hook, I'm just basically reeling and lifting at the same time. I'm not going to go too crazy with the hook set. That's really important. Another thing, if I get a snag, I'm literally just going to let that rod tip load up as long as it takes, and normally it'll pop right out, or at least until the drag starts to go. When the drag starts to go, that means you're stuck and you either break off or move up and try to get that Ned back. But it's really important, and since there's not a whole lot on the bottom, I mean, I'll come across some rock and stuff, but it's pretty smooth. So I'm just watching that rod tip, and there's enough fish here that I really should get a bite pretty soon. You just want to hold it steady. I don't know if you can notice this, but I'm getting a little bit bottom contact, and I'm just letting that rod tip pull that bait down and then pop off. There's no moving, there's no shaking, there's nothing. You literally keep that rod tip, that rod perfectly still. See that snag? Pops off. I'm gonna get back up on the front deck. I think I'll have a better hook set at that position than here, but I could probably do it. Well, this is weird. I made one drift through there without a bite, which is odd considering the amount of fish I just went over. So that means these fish are either in a negative mood and they just don't want to eat, or we're doing something wrong here. I'm gonna try to throw a Beast Coast open water sniper jig in 3/8 ounce on top of them and see if they'll react to that. And then I might make one more drift, only because there was a lot of fish in this section here. Alright, there's a boulder out here with some fish on it, and they did not want this jig. So now I'm going to take another Ned rig on this rod. This is my rod I use for casting a Ned. This is a St. Croix Legend Elite 7-foot medium light, 5-pound Cortland braid, 8-pound leader, 1/6 Ned locks jig head with a Berkely Little General in black powder. Let's see if we can get one to bite this on that boulder. I don't know why they didn't eat that jig. Maybe it's too big of a profile today. Maybe they want something a little more finesse. I've seen that happen. And sometimes it's each individual fish's personality. So we'll be rotating between these two today for sure. Nothing. So I think what's going to happen here is we're going to be pitching at a lot of fish, and we're not going to get too many bites. Hopefully get a handful of bites through here. I'm going to go back to the jig. I'm just going to look for individual fish and pitch this jig to them. Well, okay. So this particular group of fish, they don't want to eat at least anything on the bottom. Next up, we're going to try a drop shot. Okay. Wow. Not big, but oh, maybe it is. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, he's not big, but at least we got a bite here to start out with. Okay. That was on the first drop, by the way. I mean, he is super small, but it's a clue, right? It's definitely a clue. That was on the Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow, one of my favorite drop shot baits. Spicy melon, and I saute them in that SmallmouthCrush Magic by ProCure. And I'm going to put links, guys, to all these products that I'm using in the description. But that SmallmouthCrush Magic by ProCure is a special formula that I actually put together, and they batch it all and they make it. And you can buy that on Tackle Warehouse. I think you can get it on Amazon, ProCure.com. But you can see in this bag, that's why there's some of that liquid down in there. They just kind of marinate in that bag. I think it helps. Certainly doesn't hurt. Okay, the drop shot didn't work on that group of fish either. There's a nice boulder, so I'm going to throw this football head on it and see what happens. very frustrating today. I'm around fish, and that happens a lot. You just can't get them to bite. Sometimes they don't want to eat. Sometimes it's sometimes you're just trying to get, you know, for every 10 fish you see, you're trying to capture one of them. There's so much going on. Like, do you leave? Do you try to keep trying different baits? I mean, I'm using baits that historically it's the deal for me. You know, is there maybe a magic bait that would catch these fish, or are they just in a negative mood? I'm gonna try to throw a net on these fish one more time here, but we're gonna have to make some decisions here because it's just not happening. No luck, guys. I'm gonna go through with a football head, dragging it one last time, and then we gotta go. We gotta go. There's so many fish here. So many fish, guys. Just everywhere. You'd think with forward-facing sonar, you just find them, you know, and just throw a bait out there, shake a minnow, and catch them. Okay. Yeah, it's real easy. Once you get live scope, man, it's not even fishing anymore. It's like, it's a cheater box. So easy to catch these fish. See what I mean? Okay, so that was a half-ounce Beast Coast open water football jig, and he does not feel big at all. He might be. Never mind. I can't tell. I'm hoping there's some size to him. Not really. Not really. But it's got me thinking. I might have to stick around here. Just what I wanted to do. It's such a nice day out and it's calm. We got a good sun. We really need to go shallow and get a big bag, which we'll probably do in a little bit. That was on a drop shot. We gotta go. I'm gonna hit a couple other deep spots and then we're gonna take advantage of the day and go shallow. And we'll catch a pretty big bag going shallow, I'm sure. So, what's the lesson here? Sometimes there was literally hundreds of fish. I've been, what, a couple hours maybe? Hour and a half here? A good hour at least. Just keep going. We finally got a good one on a Ned. Okay, I now know exactly what's going on, guys. Baby sheep heads in this zone. I was wondering why I couldn't get a bite. Now we know. That's part of the game. You think I'd be doing this long enough to know that that was a sheephead instead of a bass on my live scope? Nope. Nope. Maybe I was just optimistic. Actually didn't even cross my mind, but now we know. We can move on. It's a good eating fish though, right there, boys. Real good. I got a freezer full of them at home. I'm good. I don't need any more. Not a big one, but not big at all. Okay. How short's that leader? It's pretty short. I'm going to go back to a 1/10 size. These calmer conditions, that 1/10, I'll fish it down to 40 feet. Without a problem. I don't know why that one broke me off. It was broke up above the knot, so obviously there was some damage to the line. While we're here, I'll show you how I keep my nets organized. So I have these little bags, and I'll put a link if I remember. They're found on Amazon. And then I take these 4mm, I think they're 3 or 4mm little bags. I label them 1/5, 1/10, 1/15, 1/6, and that way I have them ready to go right there in my day box, because I go through a lot of these, and it's a real nice way just to keep all your nets organized. That's a better fish there. We're not going to horse this guy in. Everything should be good. It's a big fish. Finally, maybe we can figure this out. This deep bite out today. Man, that's a stud. Big. Hi, bud. Guess I'll film with the underwater camera too and make it more dramatic. Yeah. Whoa, that's a good one. That's a good heavy 5-pluser. Okay, so this guy went 5'10", which is a nice fish. Let's get him back. One-tenth Little General black powder. Landed right on him. I'm throwing a 1/4 ounce Beast Coast open water sniper jig now with a black, it's in Mothman, and I have a black Little General on the back. And I just put it in a group of fish. So I like to just work it, keep it on the bottom. I have semi-slack line, and I just kind of shake it in place, and then I'll move it, you know, a couple inches. I'll lift up, feel any weight. Let it fall. Dead stick it. A little bit of grass in here, I think. I got one. It's another big one. I gotta go back here, I guess. So we'll kind of pull them up. Fat. There, nice little guy. I don't think he caught the massive jump on this beast, but it was pretty cool. He's a good one. Go. That was on the 1/4 ounce sniper. Decided to pick up that Great Lakes Finesse drop minnow again. Got one to go. Ah, come back. Come back. Ah, there we go. Big. Shaking a minnow. Just fishing some isolated boulders here. I see I pulled the whole school off, which happens. It'll be hard to catch anymore. Not even that big. We'll try that. What are you? Oh, that's actually a good one. Shit. Who would have thought? 5-pounder. Yeah. Whew. There we go. That's definitely 5. That'll help the bag today. Man, I've been deep all day. We're gonna try to go shallow here. There's a big one there too. This is a bait, a prototype bait by Beast Coast Fishing that will hopefully be coming out. I'm not really going to talk about it yet. There was a much bigger one there. You guys are gonna love this bait by Beast Coast when it comes out. It'll be a while, but it catches fish. Go on the Ned. That's the double up shallow. Alright, I just figured I'd go up shallow, caught those two. We'll see if there's some more up here. One day messing around, caught some deep fish, shallow fish. I don't know, we had a good bag today. That's all I got. Back to work tomorrow. All the links to the baits will be in the description below, and also if you do order baits and use that tackle warehouse link in the description, that would certainly help the channel out. So I do encourage you to bookmark that link. Every time you go to Tackle Warehouse to buy some gear, you'll help support the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, And as always, until next time, we'll see you guys on the water.